Alex and her probably have some issues with food because of her dieting.
The extreme.
It's like extreme and extreme. You know, there needs to be some sort of balance. Welcome back to Commentea. Today we're going to do something a little different. We've noticed through watching a lot of Alexandra Rodriguez, also known as Learning to Be Fearless's videos, that she's kind of lost the message of her channel. She changed her name from Learning to Be Fearless to her name, Alexandra Rodriguez, kind of to get rid of the whole fearless label. And since then, and even before then, the direction of her channel has been unclear. So because of that, we were thinking about, I wonder who her manager is. I wonder who her PR team is. I wonder who is managing her channel to help her with the message of her channel. So today we're just going to do a little overview about her manager and kind of talk to you about things that we've learned about her and just give you some information to see if it can help us piece together where we think her channel might be going and who else her manager also manages. Her manager's name is Kirsten.
Kirsten is about 24 years old. She currently lives in Los Angeles, California. She went to Chapman University in Orange County in California. She has a BA in Strategic and Corporate Communications. She's had almost a dozen different jobs. Her last 3 employers have been with Gleam Futures, Escape X, and Digital Brand Architects.
So it sounds like, one, she's very young. She's 24, which means she's younger than Alex.
Yeah.
That's interesting. And she has a ton of different jobs that she's had for a while. So she must be pretty knowledgeable in this field, it looks like.
Yeah, she's worked in managing, talent managing, and networking. Right now, she currently holds the title of Director of Talent for Digital Brand Architects. Later, I'll be referring to as DBA. If we look at the deals that she's made, she has deals with Pantene, Urban Outfitters, L'Oreal, and Abercrombie and Fitch.
So we know where that Pantene. Yeah, where that Pantene sponsorship in Alex's channel came from.
Yeah.
And the interesting part is Urban Outfitters and Abercrombie and Fitch are not very plus size friendly.
In the past, Abercrombie and Fitch had a huge controversy.
Oh,
I don't know if you remember back in 2000, maybe 7, 8, 9. They didn't want to include plus size. Another interesting fact, allegedly, she is part of the top 19 TikTok talent agents.
Wow. One of the top 19 TikTok agents. Think about that, guys. How often has Alex been pushing her TikTok? Now we know why.
Guys, follow me on TikTok.
Follow me on TikTok.
Alexandra Rodriguez.
Now we know why. I'm sure her manager has something to do with that.
Yeah, especially with TikTok booming right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
she wants to get in, get that money.
When DBA, again, Digital Branding Architects, contacted Kirsten to bring her on board, on her Instagram account, she mentions that it was a hard decision for her to make, but it was a great opportunity. It was hard for her to leave Gleam Futures, which is the company that she's working with at the time, and that she was excited to leave and work with a company that has been successful. There's an article where they published that she's transitioning to Digital Brand Architects, and she mentions in that article, this is by Tube Filter, and it says, "I'm beyond excited to join the team to continue to disrupt the fashion, beauty, and lifestyle industries with talent that not only challenge the norm, but propel representation for inclusivity." Here in her Instagram, she's saying that she's excited to work with a successful company, but that she's having a hard time letting go of Gleam. And on the other end, in the Tube Filter article, she's saying how she's so excited to come into this plus size community. It almost seems like she's just leaving it just to have that title of success within a successful company. It's like, oh, I'm going to go with like the top company of all talent managers. That's not a bad thing, but is it really within her
repertoire of experience?
Right. The plus size community is a whole little world on its own.
Yeah. And I mean, she's very young. Not trying to say that if you're young, you can't do something, but although she's had a lot of jobs, like how much experience does she have in the plus size community?
She's not a plus size woman.
Yeah,
herself.
She doesn't like look like a plus size woman, but I don't know if she's ever struggled as a plus size woman, maybe in her teens. Like, I'm not really sure.
Right.
It kind of seems like she fell into that because it was becoming successful and that she wanted to be part of it because she knew that's where the success was. That it was one of those things that's like, okay, this is what's booming right now, so I need to get in on this.
Right. So like, let's take a look at her Instagram, for example. She mainly does travel. She does a lot of hiking and healthy eating. In her Twitter, she mentions a lot about going on diets. She mentions how there's like a week where all she ate was salads and oatmeal, and every now and then she was have like a Kit Kat.
Wow.
So she does live diets, is trying to live that healthy lifestyle,
Right.
going on diet, taking care of her body.
Yeah.
It's completely opposite from Alex.
Alex tries to portray herself as she's on this health journey all the time, but we've seen her fail and do shortcuts like surgeries
Right.
very often. And I'm wondering if this woman who seems very healthy, I don't know about all the dieting, how healthy honestly that is, but she tries to take care of herself. Seems like she manages a lot of people. So how much does she actually know about Alex and support her? Or is it one of those things?
It's just another case on the pile.
Yeah, like here's your sponsorship. Like this is when
Right.
it's due. This is what the contract says. I don't know how hands-on she is with her channel.
Right.
Because if I was hands-on with her channel, there would be some big changes. There would be like, okay, the lies stop. You know, if you don't want to talk about your weight, then we need to not talk about
Get
your
rid
weight.
of weight loss completely.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about Weight Watchers. We don't need to talk about your surgery. We need to just keep it vlogs and fashion, and that's it.
It's interesting to see how different they are, yet they're being forced to work together.
It's like kind of opposites in a way.
Yeah.
Because one is I'm plus size, I accept my body, and I'm
don't
happy
care
with
what size I
myself.
am.
Yeah, right. And then the other side is I care about my body. I want to be healthy, and it's unhealthy to be overweight. It's like she morally probably wants to be healthy, but she's representing people that are just about body positivity.
And how does she see them too?
Yeah,
in her
what does she
personal-
think? Like, what does she
Yeah.
think when she's like, you know, a strict dieter? It kind of sounds like Alex and her probably have some issues with food because of
Right.
her dieting.
The extreme.
It's
ends
like
of the
extreme and
yeah.
extreme, you know, there needs to be some sort of balance.
We found this article by Tube Filter. We'll go ahead and link it below.
So we're just going to go through each of the influencers and give you just like a quick bio about who they are.
Some of these have been previous people that she's managed, and some of them are current. The first one is Earthy Andy. Her focus of her career is to inspire people to make more health conscious decisions, and she helps them through adopting plant-based vegan lifestyles. She recently, in around December of 2020, she released a book that is called Plant Over Processed: 75 Simple and Delicious Plant-Based Recipes for Nourishing Your Body and Eating from the Earth, and it actually made a national bestseller.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. The next one up is Alex Santomo. She is a first-time mom, and her YouTube channel focusing on self-love because she's gained weight after being pregnant. Her original content was focused on weight loss. She was vegetarian or vegan, and she did recipes. The next one up is, so her name's Shea, and she goes by Shea. She's a vegetarian vegan YouTuber. Her content consists of vlogs, lookbooks, self-grow, day in the life, and cook with me. Again, we have another vegetarian / vegan person that Kirsten represented. Now, let's look at who she represents currently with DBA. So she has Hunter McGrady. She's an American plus size model. Her first debut was in Sports Illustrated back in 2017. Her career took off and she became a spokesperson for body diversity, and she actually has her own fashion line with UBC. Yeah, and now we're going into the plus size community.
Yeah, because this is a new company now that she's working for. So all these women went from vegan, vegetarian, super health conscious to these women who are plus size. Not that they're not healthy,
but it's not their focus.
Yeah, their focus is more body acceptance, self-love.
The other person she currently represents is Gabby Fresh. She is an activist for body positivity. She's a designer and style influencer. Actually, she created a clothing brand with Nicolette Mason. The next girl is Nicolette Mason.
So this is the one that she started the clothing brand with.
That's her other co-founder. So Nicolette Mason is a plus-size fashion blogger. She had dozens of publications, which included Mary Claire, Refinery 29, Glamour Italy, and a bunch of others. What she focuses on is body positivity, diversity, inclusion, and sustainability.
So one thing I see in common with her that I haven't seen with like Hunter McGrady and Gabby Fresh is that she's actually apple shaped. It's not widely represented as much as it should be in the plus size community. It's usually always, if you're plus size, it's like the hourglass or the pear shaped bodies that are represented.
The next one up is Tanisha. She is a plus size fashion blogger, stylist, consultant, and media director. She's another body positivity activist.
And the last but not least,
Alexandra Rodriguez.
The infamous Miss Rodriguez right here. I can take this one, no words.
She doesn't need an intro.
She doesn't need an introduction. This is Alexandra Rodriguez, who's also represented by Kirsten Inlow. And Alexandra, we know that she was learning to be fearless. What is the message of her channel?
We don't know.
Who knows? It always changes. One day she's talking about weight, the next day she's not. One day it's like, oh, I'm gaining weight, so I'm going to keep my mouth closed about that part. Love your body. Who cares about your weight? Body positivity, which I don't know, with all these surgeries and lies and scandals, I don't know how body positive she actually is.
When you compare them right now, looking at the other women that Kirsten manages, when you look at the success that they've had within the plus size community, it doesn't even compare to Alexandra's.
Like, it's kind of sad. Like, if you think about how successful the other women are in comparison. And, you know, she's been on YouTube for a long time, like 8 to 10 years. So, you know, when you're on there that long, you should have great success. And, you know, she's actually losing views right now because she lies too much. And so nobody wants to watch her anymore.
Now that we know a little bit about Kirsten Inlow, which is Alexandra's manager, do you think her attitude towards health aligns with the plus size community?
That's a really interesting point. I would love to hear your comments down below. Tell us what you think. Where do you think Alex's channel should go? Do you think that this is a good fit for her? Do you think that she has the right guidance that she needs to be successful and actually guide her in the correct direction? All right, if you were able to make it through to the end, leave a clown emoji down in the comments. We know who's a clown in this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.
Bye.